All right, we are rolling. Let's get all the last minute cables connected.
Hmm.
If you've already signed on, guys, welcome back to the show. We'll do the intro in a little bit. It's Friday at noon. We're a little late, but we don't say we start at 12. We say we start around 12 in the email. So if you guys get the email, you know what I'm talking about. One of these days we'll make it exactly at 12. I promise. All right. I'm excited to talk about what we're going to talk about today.
We
Here we
are
go.
good to go.
Awesome. What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Referral Partner Acquisition Show. As always, I'm here with my co-host, Panos Sklavanitis. Panos, thanks for joining me. My name is Will Anagnos. I'm the founder at W Marketing Solutions and also the host of the Referral Partner Acquisition Show. If you're new to the show, every Friday, we do this at noon Eastern. Every Friday at noon Eastern. What we usually talk about is how to acquire referral partners, how to provide value to them so you can help them, and how to retain them long term. Obviously, they all kind of go together. But that's the three things that we love to teach every Friday at 12 Eastern. Today, we're going to be talking about reactivation campaigns. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. Today, we're going to be talking about how to take a list of dead leads and how to turn them into sales. For example, recently, we took, I can't remember how many, I think it was 250. It may have been more. But we took 250 dead leads of a realtor recently, and he's a realtor partner of a client of ours, a loan officer that we helped him get. And so basically, we ran a campaign where you take the 250 and you put them into a campaign where it turns into, hey, a deal. But it takes some work and it takes some time, and today we're going to be talking about that. So if you have a list of dead leads just sitting that either don't qualify or they didn't qualify, or you maybe ran ads and you collected them in a CSV file or an Excel file, and they never responded, you never did anything. It could be old Zillow leads, they could be old, I say Facebook leads already. They could be anywhere. They could be leads. They could just be names, any names and a number. You don't need an email, which is the best part. You just need a first name. You don't even need a last name, guys. We'll talk about the details.
And I just want to say, it doesn't have to be just dead leads. Obviously, the reactivation happens mostly with dead leads,
Mhm.
but every name that's in your database, whether it's a prospect, whether it's a past client, whether it's a referral partner, you always need to stay in front of them periodically via emails and text messages. Now, we're going to specifically cover the reactivation campaign today and how to reactivate them again into sales. But basically, if there are names in your pipeline, you need to stay in front of them.
Yeah,
Take it.
and the requirements, guys, is if you have a list with a first name and a phone number, stick around. That's all if you don't have that, then you can stick around and learn. You're not going to be able to implement until you get that list first. So that list can come from anywhere. So I hope you guys find value in this. A reactivation campaign is taking a list of leads, and at first they don't worth anything, but it's money. It's money you're leaving on the table, which is why we do this. It's staying in front of your database. It's like a mass follow up, and you should do it once every quarter, or
At
once.
least.
And I would say no, once every quarter, at least twice a year, but every quarter is great. Um, and how it works is we'll go over step by step, guys. Take a CSV file of a list of, let's say, 250. This won't be worth it if it's not at least 250. We've done testing. 250 names and numbers, wherever they came from. And what you need to do is you need to put them into a CSV file. If you're not familiar with what that is, then just Google it, make it into a CSV file, and put it into your CRM. Now, your CRM needs to have a phone number, meaning a number that can send text messages. So if your CRM is not capable of doing that, then it's not going to work. If you're looking for that, you can contact us about how that works. And you put them into the system, and you put them into a sequence. Now, what a sequence is, what's that say? Love you, mean it. What a sequence is a series of events. So it could be a text message, and then it could wait for 7 days, and then it could be an email, and then it could be respond only if these conditions. So that's a workflow, a sequence. And so what you need to do is create a sequence where You put 250 or more. This will last if you have 1,000 people. By the way, this will last months. So you have months of reactivation, which, by the way, it's a lot. We'll get to the end of one of our stories. So you put everyone in a CSV file, and the first thing that you say to them, you set up a sequence where the first event is a text message, and that text message is going to say something like, "Hey, is this first name? Hey, is this Panos? I want to make sure I have the right number," and that's it. And then the second event, excuse me, in the sequence needs to be a wait for a reply. So if they
Can you
don't,
bring in David? David is waiting to get in.
is David joining us today?
Yes.
Oh, what a special surprise! All right, let's get David in here. David, welcome. I don't know if you want to say hey really quick.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
All right.
I can turn my video on if you want me to here. There we go.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
I love your office. Yeah, guys, that's not a filter. That's an actual.
Yeah, my wife gets all the credit.
Yeah. So, guys, David's a new team member of ours, and he blessed us with his surprise today. I'm glad that you joined us. I thought you weren't available earlier. So, guys, David, do you want to introduce yourself? Just kind of tell
Sure.
our.
Yeah. So I'm a mortgage advisor, like probably everybody else on this call, and I've been doing it since 2005, so 18 years doing this, and more recently decided to join up with Will and Panos here in the team and just assist more on the sales side. So I'm also a sales manager with WA Marketing. So it's been an enjoyable experience because I'm getting to meet a lot of people across the country and getting to know these guys better. And been working with and watching them for probably, I think, what is it, 4.5, or it's either 4.5 or 5.5 years I've been working with you, Will.
Almost 4.5, probably. Yeah.
Almost 4.5. Okay, so that it's been a while. Kind of here from the ground floor. So it's been exciting to see the company grow and all the new resources and the things that have been happening and just the amazing success of so many people across the country with all those video testimonials and things we see on Facebook. It's really cool to see.
Enough about us, guys. David is a killer. He's a mortgage master. He knows what the hell he's talking about when it comes to anything. I'm just always just so not shocked because at this point I'm used to it. But you just know what the hell you're doing with every little bit of everything, and I love it. Obviously, in your field, and you being a part of our team is we love it. So thanks for being with us. We were just talking about what reactivation campaigns are, why you should do them, and so let me just kind of backpedal since we took a little break, and we'll get back to where we were. So reactivation campaign, guys, if you're just joining us now live, reactivation campaign is taking a bunch of dead leads and then sending out a text that's the part where we're just at. Sending out a text that says, "Hey, is this first name? I want to make sure I have the right information." Most likely, they'll respond with, "Yes, who is this?" If you have the right information. If you don't have the right information, they're going to say no. But let's assume that your information is accurate. And so it's then the second text message, only if they respond, by the way, during a specific time period, is, "Hey, are you still looking to buy a home?" Or that's just I'm paraphrasing. It can be elaborate. It really depends on who's on the list, like who the audience is. But just getting straight to the chase is, "Hey, are you still looking to buy a home?" Out of thousands, if you have a list of thousands of individuals, good chance, because we just did this yesterday for someone named Brian. He's been doing this for weeks, and every day he sends out 20 at a time, and some get back, "Yes, I do want to try it. Yes, I don't." But it's a list of dead leads. Yesterday, he just got his first person who's looking to close around Christmas time for like 375K, I think, is what his text said. So that was from a dead list. He turned nothing into something. That's what reactivation campaign.
And just to say something,
yeah.
Just to say something, a lot of LOs during the refinance boom, they bought a lot of leads that they never converted. Now, obviously, you cannot refinance them at the moment with interest rates being at 8%. But what you can do, a lot of people have accumulated credit card debt and other personal loans. And if they have enough equity in their home, you can potentially do a second position HELOC, or you can even potentially refinance them to have a lower blended rate. So if you guys, all the LOs out there who have a list of people that they were once interested in a refinance or something similar, you can reactivate that list and see if anyone would be interested in a HELOC or something similar. We just did that too with another member of ours last week. So whatever it is, whatever that list includes, if it's for refinance, if it's for a purchase, if it's for a consultation, whatever it is, as long as you know what that list entails, we can reactivate it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So the requirements, if you guys look into, we want to teach you this today. If you want, the requirements to do this is to have a list of at least first names and phone numbers. You also need a CRM that has a phone number attached to it, so that way you can send out these texts. You also need the ability to create sequences, so like a drip campaign. I'm sure people know that term. What else am I missing? One more thing. Am I missing anything, Panos? I think that's it. It's not
That's it.
that you don't need much, guys. Yeah, you don't need much.
Are
And
we going
so
to show them how to do it?
we could show them. Let me explain it really quick. We don't really need a demo, but we could do a demo if someone wants to. Guys, if you want a demo, just throw a demo in the comments and we'll do a demo for you. So basically how it works is I'm just going to do a recap. The first thing is a text message event. You send a text message to them. You send 20 of them per day out of 250. That lasts you how long?
10 days, 12
10
days.
Awesome. So you need at least 250, at least 10 days worth. These should go out between Mondays and Fridays after 10:30 because they're text messages. You don't want them too early. And if you're doing this, nationwide, just make sure if your CRM's in the East Coast, just make sure you're thinking about the other side, West Coast. So the first event is, hey, this is this first name? Is this Panos? This is David. I want to make sure I have the right number. People will say, yes, who is this? If they say that, the sequence waits 5 minutes, or if your message is longer and you want to make it more realistic, you can make it 3 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever. After 5 minutes, approximately, a second text message goes out, and they still think it's you. They have no idea that this is a system doing it, saving you a bunch of time and money in the process. The second message goes out saying, hey, X. And that X could be, hey, are you still looking to buy a home? Hey, this is David Youngs. Are you still looking to buy a home? Hey, this is David Youngs. We communicated back in X. Are you still looking to buy a home? Something like that, guys. It really depends on the list. So, hey, you filled out this form on this platform to refresh their memory. Otherwise, they're going to think, it's spam, but it's not. And you don't think that.
And I want to mention as well that
it.
you can do this with your old referral partners. I know a lot of people didn't maintain their relationships because they were doing all the refinance.
Ask your realtors if they have a dead list. Ask your realtors. If you guys don't, ask your realtors, because they're going to refer you the one that wants to actually get into a home because you helped them reactivate. Anyway, as you were saying.
So what I'm saying is a lot of people have a list of agents. So I'm taking it a step further. I'm not talking about consumers. I'm talking about referral partners.
Love this. Yes.
So a lot of people have a list of agents in their database. And guys, I'm not talking about going to MMI and pulling the top producers of your area. This will not work with them. These need to be people that you've at least spoken to them once at some point. So take that list of agents or that list of financial planners or divorce attorneys or whatever list you have, and you can use the same process to reactivate those people, reset appointments, and try to earn their trust once again. Now, obviously, it's not favorable to build relationships and then forget about them, but I think this is the lesson we are all learning during this period. That
some
of us,
yeah, for sure. And a little secret, guys, you don't want an inbox to fill up full of who's this? And yes, I do want to chat. Thanks for reaching out. Or no. You get a lot of no's, but you get that one yes, and that's why this is worth it, because this was a dead list on the table. That's money sitting on the table that you can turn into something. So a life hack is have a pipeline with stage 1, 2, and 3. And you have more, but let's just stick with 3. 1 being they're in this campaign. 2 being they responded to text message 1, which is the, hey, is this Panos? Do I have the right number? And then if they respond to, yes, I'm interested, the second text message, they get automatically bumped over to the third one. So that you make that in your sequence. And the hack is that you don't have to focus or scroll up and down through names that replied, who they replied, when did they reply. You can focus on column number 3, which means everyone responded twice. They responded once to the yes, this is who you're texting, and yes or no, or maybe to the offer, to the reason why you're reaching out, the welcome message we call it. So, and then you can focus on column 3, and then when you're done, go back to column 2, and you can do a mass follow-up because everyone responded. That means that is a number. That's why they're in column 2 in the first place. So do some sort of follow-up. That's a different strategy for another video. But yeah, at least you have that number, and at least you have someone behind that number. And then column 1, that is the last priority. If you have extra time, you can do a follow-up to the people who didn't respond at all. But this way, you at least know who responded twice, who responded once, who didn't respond at all. So that's a little life hack. So, am I missing anything, guys?
It's funny that we're talking about this today because right now is the time where we're doing all the automations for the agents of our members, and I see all the messages going out, everyone, everyone's staying in front of them, even when watching our live or whatever they're doing. Guys, use automation to your advantage. Be systems dependent, not people dependent.
Let me see if I can
throw out one point as well. That just a word of caution on this too. Just everyone want to make sure technically speaking, you want to be very careful with following the do not call registry as well, though.
Of course.
If you got a list that's say 2 or 3 years old and your realtor gives that to you and they say, hey, can you just text all these leads for me? If you do that, both you and your realtor could look at tens of thousands of dollars in fines very quickly. So be careful. Check the do not call registry list. There are places you can actually scrub phone numbers through. It's not cheap, but you can do that if you want to be ultra safe. But I was trying to find while we were talking here the exact guideline. But basically, from what I understand, unless I'm missing something,
compliance part of that,
yeah, FTC says that that you can actually call if they've opted in for a conversation, they've requested it, and you're part of that system. Then you can call them for up to 3 months, no problem. Text them as much as you want. Once you're past that, if they're on the do not call list and they don't want you to call and they want to make a fuss, they could. I don't know anybody personally that I've ever run into that has had this problem, but just be careful for the record. I would just hate for somebody to go out from, WA Marketing said that we should do this, and then they ended up getting hurt.
If you're working with us, we'd have a call and we'd ask you where this list come from. We have a whole compliance part of it. So thank you, David, for bringing that up because that is very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why you never want to spam, because you never know if one number will be on the do not call registry. So you definitely want to be, tread carefully with what you're sending.
This is reaching out to people who have opted into something that you.
Can I throw that frequently asked questions in the chat? Would that be all right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm looking to post a screenshot from one of the realtors that we're helping, the partner of one of the loan officers that was a client of ours. His comment saying, "Hey, I got a client from the text message, but I cannot." I'll post it later because it won't let me post pictures in the comments. I don't know why.
Oh, one side note on that: business to business never applies. So if you're texting your realtors or financial advisors or CPAs or anything like that, 10 years ago, that's fine. Go for it.
Exactly.
There's realtor reactivation. There's cold dead lead reactivation. There's a lot of different types. Each type obviously has a different little strategy. But to have the system, being dependent on having a reactivation set up where you have your pipeline, 3 stages, you have your sequence with the weights and the messages, and you have the phone number that does all the sending. That's all you guys need. Plus legitimate and okay that passes all the check marks that David mentioned.
To us it sounds super simple because we do it every day. Would it be possible if you did a quick demo to showcase actually how simple this is?
Yeah, guys, you gotta
comment. Putting you on the spot.
You guys gotta comment reactivation in the comments, otherwise I'm not going to do it.
Don't make me go comment.
I'm joking. Well, no, someone's got to do it, guys. I'm putting you on the spot while I open up Omega. Hang on, guys. I'm with you. Someone will comment. I believe in it. I believe in them. They're here with us. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys a reactivation pipeline. They go together. I'm going to show you guys a pipeline, and then I'm going to show you guys workflow. Sound good? No?
Also, if we have any Lakers fans, we got the flag there.
I will say, well, even if no one's replying at the moment, because maybe they're in the car driving or whatever it might be, I'm sure a lot of people will be watching this later on. So
us.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
You can use my account on the spot. If you want. You can use me or my account too, whatever you need.
Yeah, or mine too.
I almost did, but we haven't. I don't think we have one running. I'm gonna show you one that's running. All right.
Are you in like a wind panels?
So it's my wife's birthday, so I'm not in my office or at my house. I'm at my college roommate's house down in San Diego.
Nice.
So we came here for the weekend, but I was like, I'm not missing the live, even on my wife's birthday. So you better show us the demo, Will.
Where's the goddamn button? Where's the button?
What button?
I lost the button, guys. Oh, here it is. Found it.
What about you, David? Any plans for the weekend?
Unfortunately, I got a funeral to go to tomorrow, so that's never fun. But old friend of mine. But
my condolences, man.
Yeah, very young. I think he was 42. Yeah, very sudden.
Damn.
Not to bring us down, but you asked. So.
Yeah, I know.
I promise I'll show you guys this, and then we'll be in the mood again. Our condolences, though.
Oh, sure. Okay, what are we waiting on? Oh, the demo. Nice.
Can you guys see this? Guys, if you guys like this, comment down below. If you love this, give us the heart. We appreciate the love. This is a workflow or a sequence. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that they go into stage one of those 3 columns. Now, stage one looks like this. This is stage 1 of a pipeline. This is stage 2. This is stage 3. If you're a super duper master Jedi, you can have these extra stages, but you don't need them. So basically, you put these leads here, and they sit, and it waits 5 minutes. And then after 1 minute, they get text messages. And if they reply, they get bumped over. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see everything. Hang on. Let me share my window. Let me not share because I have to hop between windows, guys. Present everything.
And while you're trying to set it up, the one thing that I would like to say is that once you set up the workflow, whether we do it for you or you do it on your own, then you can just duplicate the workflow for every new list you get. So you set the automation, and that's the power. That's the thing that I love most with what we're doing here, that you find out that works, and you set it up as a template, and then you can use it in the future with just one click.
Yep. All right. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right. So put this in. You put all these leads in stage 1, and it waits 5 minutes. It sends them that text message that says, "Hey, is this contact first name? I want to make sure I have the right number." And only if they reply, they move to stage 2, and it waits 3 minutes, and it sends them that second text message. And that, in this case, looks like, "Hey, it's Brian. We spoke some time ago. I just want to check if you're still wanting to buy a home." And recently, someone said yes. And if they respond with anything, they get moved to stage 3. And that's when you're going to want to just focus on these 97 leads that said, "Hey, Brian, yes." And I'm not going to go through each and every one. Most of them are not interested because it's a dead list, guys. You guys got to go into this with the right mindset. However, someone did say, I don't know the name. Yes, I do. I am actually interested. And let me find that text message. I actually screenshotted it right here. I just landed my first client from the text campaign. And I have the screenshot here because we posted on our social media.
Yeah, we can't see it now, but we've all seen it.
Yeah, everyone's seen it. So That's how it works, guys. It's not super difficult if you have the Omega Lead Converter or any sort of CRM that has sequence and phone number abilities. If anyone has any questions, we'd love to answer your questions down below in the comments. We also do a Q&A here. Looks like someone left a comment. Let's see what it said.
I think that was me.
We got one from Vivian. Vivian, if you're watching, thanks for watching. Just to confirm, calls to realtors, financial planners don't fall under do not call, right? David, you want to take that question?
Yeah, as long as you're reaching out, it's business to business purposes. That will not apply. If you look at that link that I sent there through the chat, you'll notice there is how many questions, like 70 something frequently asked questions about the do not call list, and you'll find that that is one of the things that is listed in there that business to business does not apply.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you should spam them.
Correct. Yes. Be very professional. You may even want to rework the messaging a little bit, adjust it to depending on your audience. But in principle, this works very effectively. To be honest, it probably works even more effectively working business to business because they assume if they have you maybe saved in their phones, or perhaps they can look you up online, they look up the name, they look you up on LinkedIn or whatever it is. Your odds are going to be better success with business to business than business to consumer. But it's something that's nice to have ability to do, and it's something that you can tell your realtors, yes, if you have old leads, you need help working, we have an entire campaign system. We can plug them in, do all the work for you, and hand you back pre-approved clients if they show interest.
Yep. And if you guys are interested in us having done that for you, or us doing that for you, or if you just have questions, you can reach out to either of us, all three of us, in the DMs on Facebook. We're happy to answer your questions.
And I also want to add something that a huge advantage of doing this is not just about getting the leads from your agents. It's also doing things together and building that relationship. So when you go to an agent and you offer all those things that you can do for them and for the both of you, that helps you build the relationship faster and establishes trust. So I'm not saying to go out there and ask everyone to give you a list of 250 people, because it might sound weird, but it shows that you want to take action, and it shows that you want to put value in their business up front. Because all your competition, and David knows that, all they do is call agents and say, we're the fastest, we're the cheapest, we're the best, and we close loans. That's literally the description of our jobs. That's not a unique value proposition. I say this in every live. Closing loans is not a unique value proposition. That's what we should be doing. A unique value proposition is helping your partners establish their business to move forward along with you as a partner. That's how I see it, at least.
Can I also throw in too, a lot of companies have CRMs that they offer that may or may not have some of these capabilities. Probably doesn't have as many as what we have. But even if hypothetically you had those capabilities, who's going to help you run and manage the campaigns? Who's going to help make sure that you're doing it consistently each day or each week? You know exactly where to go. If you're troubleshooting, having problems, you can reach out for support and you can get help with walking you through that process. So, it's not just having the technology, it's the implementation and assistance to make sure that whatever you decide to do and turn on, it will actually work for you.
It's just like that metaphor I learned recently. Like there's it's having something, and then there's the process. So there's the tool, and then there's the strategy using the tool. Like QuickBooks, if you need help handling your money, get QuickBooks. But do you know how to use QuickBooks? It's the process behind it. So does that actually help you? So great point, David. Absolutely great point. If you're a current client of ours and you're watching this, we'll do this for you for free. If you're not a current client of ours, this does cost money, so we'll have to charge you something. It depends on how many leads you have. So if you're interested in getting that done, doing it done properly, so you see results, contact us. All three of us are available in Messenger. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Is there anything else that we guys want to talk about? Any other questions that we want to drop in the comments?
Well, I'm here every week, so I'll leave it to David if he wants to finish it off.
Yeah, my focus is more on just helping those newer ones get set up and understand the value, and just really understanding what the power of what this entire platform is and does,
Mm-hmm.
and using it the most effective way possible. So if you have technical questions on how to do it, although I know enough to be dangerous because I've done this myself, Will's probably going to be your main pro alongside Panos, not me. But you got questions on anything, especially sales related to, call me. I'm happy to be of assistance whenever I can.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. Everyone else, have a great weekend. I appreciate you as well. And see you next week. Take care, guys.